Hello, everybody. I'm glowing. Sorry about the glow. It's the light here. At least it's a small picture and not in your face. Welcome. I am Donna from Purple Pinky Promises. Thank you for joining me, whether it's here live or on the replay. So it doesn't look like I have anybody here just yet. I'll just kind of continue to get myself straight here. Let's see. Oh, gracious. Just had a collision there. Well, oh, I forgot. Hopefully I don't have any interruptions. I forgot to put myself on Do Not Disturb. I wonder if I could, it might disconnect me if I try to do that. Okay, well, I'm going to take those chances. All right. Anybody here? I'm late. My apologies. Just a couple minutes late. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this project moving. I am tonight working with these this Foursquare, which is really cool because you could do it landscape or you could do it portrait, but it's, you know, designed to be landscape. But the beauty of it is you could go this direction with it. Initially, I thought I might go that direction with it, but I am going to go ahead and do this project. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this project, the landscape. We are going to be playing with a Mole Lot of Love, the stamp sets and dies and stencils, and the Mole. Hi, Lynn. Oh, it's not Lindy. Hello. How are you, Eliza? Oh, I'm doing well. I hope you are too. Yay. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. So this is the add-on, and I don't know if we'll be using these. I kind of had an idea with them. We'll see how that goes. And we might. That'd be kind of fun. We'll see how that goes. And then I've got the Aquatini cardstock that I cut my Foursquare out of. So, Catherine Pooler Aquatini. So I think that, and so how I got this is I ran it through, of course, with white cardstock, and then I also ran it through with the Aquatini cardstock. And that's kind of how I came up. I've got my separate squares because I like the finished look of the stitches. Oh, I should have gotten some stitched ovals. That's okay. Not a biggie. So what I'm going to do is, while I think about what I'm doing, I am going to go ahead and stamp my stamps. And I'm going to go ahead and do it with Memento, because I might change my mind if it takes too long to stencil each of these. I may go ahead and just color them in. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I definitely want we're going to do these. This is what we're doing. Sorry, guys. So we've got this little guy that's digging, and I'm going to get this little guy here, and then this little piece here. So far I have this one, and this one from this set. And from the extras, or the add-ons, I'm gonna pop in with, I don't know if y'all can see this, it's just adorable. Here. He's got his legs are sticking up out of the ground. I just think that's adorable. So we're going to use him. And Lori had a really cute idea. She said that in one frame he could be going down into the dirt and then popping back up in the other one. So I think that's kind of what we'll do here. We're just going to have him down here. He'll pop up through the dirt here. Sorry, here we go. Popping up through the dirt here with this little bit of dirt on his head, which I think will be cute. We'll dig this up here, and I think that's all I'm going to use from these. I don't know if we'll use these hearts. These are perfect for the little speech bubbles with hearts, which is really, really cute. We also have a speech bubble. These might take up too much of the space. I might just stamp them on there. I don't know. We'll see how much room we have. We'll just see. We shall see. We might be able to pop these in here. Thinking here. The speech bubble needs to come over here. So maybe what I'll do is do him here, dig in over here with the speech bubble there, speech bubble here, and a speech bubble there, if we can fit it in. I don't know that I will, because I have an idea for this guy. So perhaps maybe he'll just be right here in the middle, and I might just stamp it directly. These will probably take up too much room, these little hearts, but if you didn't have a little space, you could definitely use these as your speech bubble. I think I'm just going to stamp directly into the scene. So yeah, I still have one here, and thinking. Maybe I could just do an overall sentiment in that one. Some of my acrylic stamps really stick to the backing sheet. Do you have an easy way to help pull them off, please? Yes, I do. Well, I should say maybe not. When I would say be careful when they really stick. I roll them off. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Is I take them and I just take my finger and I just like gently roll them off. So don't ever pull them, yank them off, because they can stretch and then not fit into their dies. So I just say, you know, take all your fingers and just kind of roll them a little bit at a time. And yeah, some of them do really stick. Terrible. I don't have a hard and fast piece of advice except for go slow. I know sometimes we're just ready to dig in. All right. We'll wait for that. We'll wait for this one. We'll see how this one goes. But for the time being, I don't know. Maybe this one would be cute, sitting here. Or a little green worm sitting next to him. That would be cute. Or let's just do a sentiment in there. How about that? And then I go back to say, I don't know. Because I want to stamp it now if I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp him and a... Oh, you are so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you. That's really sweet of you to say that, Eliza. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to stick this little worm next to him. I think that'll be cute. Have a little scene. Each of them will have a little scene. And I don't think we need an overall sentiment. If it's got something that each one has something to say, I think that will be very cute. All right. Yep, that's what we're doing. That's what we're going with. So let's get out this. Nope, that's not what I want. This one. I have a new little rolling cart over here that's gonna help keep me a little more organized and help everybody else around here as well stay organized. Okay. Let's do, I have paper in here. Should have enough here. Color and quality of the back. Yeah, this is going to be really fun because it's going to be kind of like a, we're going to go with teal and browns. And I think this will be really cute. Now, I wanted to point out that this card, or this set, while intended to be a release for Valentine's Day, has an extended life. And has a lot of versatility. You can actually use it for more than that. You can use it for, let's see, let's just look at all these sentiments here, because that was kind of what I was trying to feature today. I'm gonna pop all these on here so that we can get these. I picked out some Catherine Pooler inks. So let's look at this. So I like Worm Hugs. That's really cute. And then this one says, holy moly, I'm in love. It's easy to see I'm in love. That would be cute. You're the one for me. I really dig you. And then it says, Valentine, I love you. I like you. A molot. I love you a molot. I like you a molot. You're my soil mate. So these are cute. And then this says squint, and you're my soil mate, popping up to say, I really dig you. So these you could use with some other Lawn Fawn sets that also have the little sentiments. You could say popping up to say happy birthday, and that really would be cute because it rhymes. Anyway, that would be a really cute. That would be really cute to have the worm to say, I like worm hugs. And let's see. I was thinking if I could get one in there, I was going to say, I really dig you. Although it's not small. And not all of them need to. Yeah, that would be really cute. The popping up with this one be popping up to say, I really dig you over here. Yep. All right. Let's see what we can get. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I don't know. We've got a little limited space here. I don't, my ideas don't always execute down on paper. So let's get rolling. Instead of talking about it, let's do it, right? Let's get to work. Gotta get my paper down. In place. Yeah, that works. Okay. And I am going to, like I said, I'm going to go ahead with my Memento because I'm going to show you how to use the stencils, but we might end up with coloring some of these with markers. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Ooh, did I? Well, I really got that one off. That one's crooked, but that's okay. It's still going to get die cut. It'll still work. Oh! Excuse the noise. Not sure what's happening next door. We have a neighbor moving in, so they're probably getting their space just the way they like it. So they're remodeling and such. So, new neighbors next door. All right, I like that. It's cute. Another thing is that the Memento dries really fast. It's not a pigment. So I can go ahead and jump right on into stenciling. And I may just leave that here to start stenciling. Okay, sorry about that, guys. It's kind of loud. So let's start with this little guy here down in the corner. We're gonna grab these stencils that are in here somewhere. And we're gonna, here he is. So this is really nice. I wanted you to see. There's etching on these, and you can see that what it's supposed to outline. I know these moles are so cute. Aren't they adorable? So this is on his leg. There we go. And his body there. So it should be really easy. And I pulled out some of these. We might just go, I'm gonna go light-handed, and I'm gonna go with Icing on the Cake, which is a darker color. And let's see, I have Icing on the Cake out here. So there we go. This is the one that has Icing on the Cake. So I was gonna go really, we could, see, I gotta be careful here. And you don't, I mean, you can go darker in one spot and lighter in another. It's completely up to you. Or you can just go straight coloring. I think for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna go just straight on color. And I may need to, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go darker on these, his feet, to really give it a contrast. Just give it some really dark contrast. And then we're gonna go with the dirt mound. I am gonna go with a different color. I'm gonna go a little lighter. And I think I'm gonna go over coffee for that one. That's Sandcastle. This is what I was gonna, yep, over coffee. So we'll just go a little light. And it looks a little too close there, doesn't it? Let's go a little darker on our mole's body. We can do that. So that's what we'll do. I think Sandcastle might be a better color for our soil. So we're just gonna come in here a little darker. There we go. And I think we have enough contrast going on. Yeah, that's good enough. His body will lighten up. And there's actually some light on it too, so that's kind of nice to have that. So let's go with our next one. I think that's the only one we have from this set, so I'm gonna just pop that over here. The next one, it's really nice. Hi, Lindy, welcome. Yay, I was late, no worries. I was a couple minutes late. You can usually count on that. Oh, I didn't think about his shovel. That would probably be black and gray. I might be able to color that in with some markers if I've got them out here. We can work with that. Okay, so you can see the etching on this, which makes it really nice to see what you need to be coloring. I'm gonna go find my mole here. He's the one that's digging. Where are you, Mr. Mole? Here he is. He's the mole that's digging. And this is really nice because they do have They do have a spot for the shovel. I might just go grab some gray. And all right, let's go with this icing on the cake again. Just gonna kind of go in and just color this up. Maybe a little darker back here. And then we can go really dark on his snout. I'm gonna go get, here we go. Yeah, let's go darker on his snout and his hands and his feet, which is perfect. Same color, just really dark. These stencils are really very nice to have. If you're not a Copic marker colorer, these are fantastic. And I feel like I should have gone Sandcastle, but we're gonna stick with Over Coffee and just go really light, since I've already started with Over Coffee. Oops, I need my mount, I think. Yes. Although his nose needs to be dark. I'll have to get a black marker and just color that in. All right, so Over Coffee it is. Hi, Kelly, welcome. Present and accounted for at the mole hole. That's great. That's great. Oh my goodness. All right. Yep, Over Coffee. I'm just making sure that's what I had. Ooh, and I like it. I got a little darker at the top. That's cute. All right. And let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, we have this guy here. And so you can see that's what this one is. So it's pretty easy to figure out that that covers his nose. And I'm gonna go in with icing on the cake. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to find all my images that need to go on here with icing on the cake. All right, there's that. And then we're gonna go with icing on the cake, really dark for the nose part. I'm trying to not get my head in there at ya. Really dark. I'll let it slip. I should be using tape, but I'm getting a little lazy here. Oh, that's cute. Okay, next piece would be this guy. And is he up here? Where are you? Maybe it's on another one. He's on another one. We're not done with you. So this is this, nope, that's not him. It's on the other side. Yes, that is him. Really easy to line up, makes coloring very, very nice. So, fantastic. We have all the noises here. And now we're gonna go in here dark with his little feetsies and his nose. There we go. Oops. I feel like I should have scooted over just a little. There. Maybe not. Okay. When you stamp multiple times, sometimes it goes outside. So we're just going to take this as it is. Really dark. cute. All right, I think all we have left is dirt. And my thoughts are maybe to try to go over it with sandcastle to give it some contrast. And look what I almost did. Almost dipped that into my card base. All right. Should we? I'm gonna see what it looks like. Let's just go back over this with some sandcastle and see what we get. Sandcastle. Just wondering if it would give it a little different brown. I feel like we're gonna get a, I don't know, I may not be happy with that. Yeah, it is a contrasting color, so let's do that. Let's just go with that. I like that. It does give it a little more, and I kind of like that. So we're just gonna leave that. I like the light and dark on it. Let's go back to Mr. Mole popping up on the ground. Where are you? Right here? Yes, you are. So, here it is. There. Let's go with sandcastle, see what we get. Shall we? You know, I feel like if the colors coordinate well enough, I feel like it's okay to have it maybe a little different because the soil is not the same everywhere, is it? I like it. It stays. And now, oh, his body. What shall we do? Huh. Well, I'm looking at this right here. He needs to have his midsection colored. And I'm probably just gonna go really, 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 really light. I'm feeling that it needs to go really, really light. Look what I just did. I'm gonna just use the leftover that's already on my brush from Icing on the Cake. I went darker than I wanted to. Whoopsie, I have a little line. I need to fix that. Up just a little more. Somebody's not happy. It works. Okay. And let's do some dirt over here. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Where's my little worm? There he is. Let's go ahead with sandcastle. Shall we? I love it. You guys are hilarious. That digging deep is cute. All right. At the mole hole. I'm really good at digging deep. I can really dig myself deep into situations that I wish I hadn't. All right, next one is just a single little flower. So that must be you right here. Let's get our dirt. And go for it here. And up here at the top mostly. We can Get a little contrast. All right, yay. So our little worm, minus our shovel, our little worm, I pulled out these colors. I pulled out In the Park, and of course our paper is Aquatini. But I think I might go with In the Park for our little worm and go ahead with Deck the Halls on our, let's do our little worm first. This is In the Park. No, this is Deck the Halls. We'll do this with In the Park. All right. Where's my little worm? Here he is. Here he is. These colors I chose because on the Catherine Pooler color wheel, they're all close together. So I thought that would work really nicely. Oh, how cute. They've got a little spot where you can make his little stripe a different color. So we'll just go real heavy with that. Just dig that in. There we go. That's cute. All right, now our little leaf here. So, well, it should be a flower, but I'm just gonna go ahead and make it a leaf color. So I just used In the Park. Now I'm going in with Deck the Halls. Just this, yeah, this one's darker. So, yeah, that's a really dark green. That's why I'm going off here and picking it up. So, I can go darker. There we go. And then this one is down here, and we can go just a smidge lighter. I might just go with what I've already picked up on my brush. Just looking to see if I've got it on there. And our coloring, there. Our coloring is done. Except for our shovel and noses. So, let's see. Let me check my markers that I pulled out. Otherwise, I think I'm going to go ahead and go back and get some gray. A couple of grays. But I might have, I do have some grays out here. So let's just pick up these grays. Instead of me having to get up and go grab them. I've got some warm grays that'll look really nice. Warm gray 1 and warm gray, another warm gray. Nope. These are my 2 lightest. And then I do have, I think I have a black in here too, guys. Yay. Pretty sure I do. I do have at least a darker warm gray that we could use, so perfect. Okay. Put these aside. We'll just color. And then die cut and get our little scenes rolling. This is fun. So fun. Right. Warm gray. Down here. Ooh, it kind of blends because it's a brown gray. So I may have to go darker. Let's go darker. Where are you at? This warm gray 5. Let's try that. Around Yeah, that's better. Yes, much better. Okay, we'll just pull that out with that warm gray 3, which is darker. Perfect. And then if you guys want to see what I'm doing here, I'll come, don't let me forget to, I'll pull it up when I'm done. So I went around the edges of my shovel, the end of my shovel with that darker gray, and then I pulled it out with the mid gray. So now I'm going to go on the shovel part with this darker, and I'm just going to stick with that here, and I might go 3 on the rest of it. That should work. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Now let's get those noses. And I have the warm gray 7 here. So. It's really dark. So it'll catch the nose. I know you guys hear that. That's kind of funny. Okay, I am gonna put some pink on the cheek. So we're gonna go in with this rose. I think this is rouge. I like to use rouge for cheeks. So let's get a little rouge going here. This cheek. And then a little rouge here and here and here. I like their little cheeks. Rougey. Okay. And moles. We have moles and a worm. Let's die cut. Let's do it. I have a mix. There now. Just find our pieces, shall we? Leave this little worm. Goes here. This goes here. Yep. And Mr. Digger is there. There's that. And now that one. Nope. Oh, I see it. Right here. And that is from our smaller set. Voila. Now we have all of our dies. Perfect. Okay. One thing I did not think about never mind, I did. I just have to be careful when I'm peeling off or just get the outer edges. So we're just taping this down. Right here. Tear it in half just in case. I've used some hammer mill, and sometimes this will peel. So I'm just getting, that's why I'm only getting the outer edges. Okay, on the road watching you. John Mack, turn it off. Stop, he's teasing me, you guys. He's not driving and doing that. He did that just to round me up. Grr. And nope, over too far. Over too far. You need some guacamole green. That's funny. There's a kid's song about guacamole. Somebody help me here. What's that song? There's a kid's song about guacamole. Anybody know what I'm talking about? We're all going to ignore him. All right. I hope this will go through. Actually, it will, because I'm going to cut it right down the middle. Woo-hoo. Here we go. Roll it through. So I kind of wanted to build a little scene of kind of what I've envisioned is to do the bottom part with dirt and the top part kind of a sky-ish. So we'll see how this works out. Not sure. Oops, need to turn that around. All right, set number 1, going right through. It's gonna shake for a bit. If that bothers you, makes you dizzy, look away. Up, little worm number 1. That one is so cute. I'm gonna leave those on there because they're easier to find. They're attached to a big long strip of paper. And okay. Oh my goodness, these guys are so cute. So cute. Now, my only thing is I thought that maybe I could make a mound with one of these dies. Let's just kind of see how it executes. Taking an oval and then cutting it in half to make it a mound, like so. And then inking it up with the same color. And then I could use, okay, I'm gonna cut 2 of them. Well, technically I need 4, but I'll be cutting them in half, so I need 3. 1 I will use as a mask. So hang with me here as I think this through. This piece of paperwork, it will. However, let me make sure it's the same one that I was using. Let's grab this. Let's just go this way with it. Cut it in strips. let's try one. Let's see if it works first. Then, oh my gosh, what happened here? Did I hit something? I lost my conversation. I hit something. See, there he is. He's messing with us, you guys. He's bad. Okay. Will it work? That's the question. I think it will, you guys. That's going to be really cute. So I'm going to very carefully cut this in half. I'm not a very straight cutter, just a warning. And I love you too, honey. Bye. So there we go. We have a little mound right there. Oh, you guys, I forgot to zoom out. Where are we? There we go. There we go. Sorry, it was so close. So mound number 1. We'll get both of our other mounds. Almond Joy's got nuts. I'm nuts. He did that before he left. He's trying to mess with me. What a brat. All right, carefully in half as best as I can. As close as I can. Okay, now we have 4 mounds. Now this last one, I'm going to use it as a mask because I'm going to cover my mound and then do my background of sky. So this will be my mask. This one. So this is the 3rd to the smallest oval from the Waffle Flower Additional Ovals die, which is perfect sized for our little mounds. And most of us probably do have ovals in our stash, so that works great. Alrighty, there is our mask, and we are good. And it looks like taking that tape off worked just fine. I do believe I have everything die cut. And I am ready to roll. All right. Let's just set you there. Set you there. Let's do this. All right. Yay. I'm going to glue on our little mound. But first I'm going to color it. My only thing is the sky. I may just do the whole scene. I think it's going to be okay. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, you guys. I might have to mask off some of it some more. All right, where's that sand castle? That's what we're going to go for here. This is my sand castle. It is. Okay. So we're going to do all of these in sand castle. Yep. just think it'll be really cute. Right. Number 1. I think it would be really nice to have a frame around it, you know? So I think I'm gonna tape off. I'm gonna use my other tape. Oh, it's right over there. I can grab it. And tape off those edges. But I'm gonna use this oval to kind of mask my mound for the sky. Okay, yeah. Nope, we got more work to do. I could have used my stamp wheel to really get that good in there. I think this is really going to be cute. The other thing we could do is get it with these edges to give it some definition. I like that. Next, I better get this out of here before I ruin it. I'm good at that. I have to clean my hands. Cute. And last one. All right. All right. And I still want more on those edges. You know what? We could do icing on the cake around these edges would give it some more color, wouldn't it? It certainly would. Yay. Definitely. Much better. Much better. And I'm just going to go with what we've got on the brush. I'm not going to pull any more out. I'll just go down on the bottom here because there's ink down here. Hip, hip, hooray. All right, sandcastle and icing on the cake for that. Let me get some white stuff. Clean up. What's the best mini die cut machine, please? Well, I will tell you that what I just used was the Scout, and it took some breaking in. If you want, you can message me. You can send me an email, and if you end up getting a Scout, you can send me a message and ask me how I, quote unquote, seasoned my Scout. I don't have it with me, or I would show it to you over across the room. But what I did was took some really heavy cardstock, 110 pound, I believe it is. And I folded it 3 ways so that I would have 3 folds. Yeah. And I just kind of used that as my shim for a while. I can talk to you about that, but I do, now that it's seasoned, I really do like it a lot. It's real smooth. It was a little hard at first. Not a little, a lot. But now that I use it a lot, it's fine. But it was a little bit of a struggle at first. I'm not gonna lie, it frustrated me. But not everybody's is like that. I don't know. You know, variation in manufacturing, who knows? But I will say that I do really, really, really like it a lot. I like it better than any of the other machines that I've had, now that I've got it seasoned. Okay, let's do our mounds. Let's get those glued on. And my glue is here. All right. I hope that makes sense. Does that? Another really good one is the Tim Holtz one. I have one of those. You know, the one that I have used in my lives worked just fine too. That one is a We Are Memory Keepers, I believe, and it has worked fine also. The pink one but I don't have it in the store anymore. I went ahead and just decided I was going to pick up the Scout. I made that decision to do that instead. So it's a good one too. I do feel like the Scout is a little bit more sturdy and stout than any of the other ones on the market. That's just my opinion. It's pretty, it's pretty stout. This one I took to a class that I taught for a fundraiser. I taught a card class as at a crop fundraiser, and I think I had like 20-something people using it, along with my other die cut machine. I just brought it as a backup so that if it got a long line, we could have 2 lines going for the die cut machine. It's made it through. It made it through that. So, and I use it quite a bit. So there's that. And here's this one. So for those of you who hopped on a little bit late, we're using this landscape Foursquare backdrop. It's landscape style. But you could also, you're welcome, Liza. You could also go portrait with it, but we're going to use it landscape tonight, and we're going to have a little scene in each of those little windows. So, and we're doing moles, and these little moles are adorable. So, like I said, Lawn Fawn has a lot of different little tiny sentiments that you could use. Popping up to say happy birthday would be really cute with this. We're just going to stick with the set, but Lawn Fawn does have a lot of happy birthday sentiments, and it would really work great with matching up of the font, their typical standard font. All right, I have decided I thought about going up on Minted with the Sky, but I'm going to go Aquatini, just light-handed, which is our cardstock color. And I'm gonna try to clean this off with some cardstock, scrap cardstock. Just gonna grab some here, just to kind of get that dark color off that we just used it for Deck the Halls. And I'm just gonna get the color off. Cleaning that off. Because I don't think I did grab an Aquatini brush. Doesn't look like I did. Did I? No, I didn't use Deck the Halls, did I? Okay, we're fine then. What am I worried about? All right. I'm gonna go grab my tape. 1 second, folks. Okay. So I'm gonna go around the edges. Right here. Should have pulled that off more. Here. Woohoo! And here's my oval. I should have. You know, here's the nice part, you guys. The fact that this is a mound of dirt. If I get a little green on it, who cares, right? Because there's probably some grass somewhere. Once I have all of these set, then I don't have to tear them off again. I'm gonna cover up my stitches. Kind of using my stitches as a guide here. All right. The hardest part's going to be trying to remember where I used what on what side. I suppose it won't matter, will it? As long as I've got them. Okay, let's do it. Sky number 1. Coming right up. Let's get you guys out of the way. I'm notorious. Put you back in here because I'm notorious for letting my glue dry up. All right, now we're ready to rock and roll. Going really light, like a sky. Gonna pick it up over here. We don't want it too dark. Whoops. Right? And probably light. All right. Shall we do a great reveal? We could probably just leave it all together, couldn't we? Oh, wouldn't that be nice? But it's not going to happen. All right. Oh, cute. Very cute. Loving it. Okay, that's top, side. It's just easier if we can put them back in their same places. And the bottom. There we go. All right. Very cute. I really like that a lot. Ah, you guys. How cute is that? Inside our little, yes. All right, let's go. Next one. Never a dull moment around here. Let's see. I'm going to take that down. And that's what's really funny about this, guys, is that I only had to do this instead. Just to cover that. Well, I do need it. I thought I didn't, but I do. All right, let's do it. I'm not feeling too secure about that. for dirt mound, just in case, because you never know, right? See a little brown there. If I have a little bit of white around that mound, it's okay, because it's kind of like your skyline type of deal. Kind of like where the earth meets the sky, there's a little bit of daybreak, so to speak. Somebody else have a better choice of words for that. Okay. I think I got it. There. And I'm covering up right at, like right over the little line, the stitch lines. I'm just gonna get this done over here first. And some of you may get frustrated with ink blending. If I ever notice that I get a little heavy-handed, I just immediately go back over it where it was a little heavy-handed to kind of smooth it out. That turned out great. Immediately while it's still wet. So there we go. Okay, scene number 2. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Cute. So this little guy is here. I know that was supposed to be over here, wasn't it? This is what I was planning on doing. And this little guy is right here with the little mound of dirt on his head, popping up through the dirt. Get back over here. Cute. Okay. Next one. Three moles were walking down a small tunnel. The first said, "I smell sugar." The second said, "I smell honey." The third said, "I smell molasses." I love jokes. Oh my word. I'm gonna go right off that edge. There we go. This one doesn't matter as much, as long as I go off the edge. That's all that matters. And then on that last one, I kind of noticed I went a little too far over in a couple of places. It's fine. It still looks cute. I just want to barely go over that line, like almost right on top of it. So maybe when you can see it. I know, right? It is funny. Maybe just right on top. That's all right, good enough. You know, I don't know if you guys get this way, but like towards the end of your project, you're just kind of like, okay, I'm done. Whatever. Let's just do this. Although, it's nice when it's consistently, oops, we got some real dark sky going on here, folks. And so the nice part about that is if I decide I can cover it up with my little mole. Holy moly. I want to use one of those. I do. I want to use that on one of these. Perfect. That turned out nice. And that one did. Yeah, they're good enough. Okay, scene number 2, whatever it is, scene. This little guy is going to go down here and he's popping up on this side. That was, thank you, Lori, for that cute little suggestion. That's adorable. All right, last one. I am going to stamp inside them. So I think I am going to finish them, each of these little scenes as such. We'll figure out sentiments in them here in just a sec. Making sure I didn't go over too far. We had a little white line, but that's okay. In one little tiny spot. It's fine. It is fine. I need to go higher up. There we go. Nice. Okay. Here it is. Last one. Yay. Ah. I got a little too greedy, didn't I? Shame on me. I shouldn't have let go, but it didn't ruin it. Thank goodness. I think we're good. We got it. I love how the colors match up with the cardstock. Super cute. You're done. Yay. So this is our little mole right here. And he's got a little worm right next to him. Very cute. All right, clean up, clean up, clean up. Here it is. Very messy hands. I'm laughing at your laughing emojis. Okay, one more time. Just to keep things clean. There we go. Yep, because there's just a smidgen of green left. Aqua or Aquatini. This color's a cross between green and blue. More on the, it kind of leans on the green side of blue. But it's definitely got a shade of blue in it. All right, where's my, what did I do with all, there, see? Yep, yep. I have a little spot for my rags right here. Just get that cleaned up and dried off. All right. Awesome. Are you ready to stamp? First, I'm going to glue my scenes together. Then we'll stamp. I was trying to decide if I should pop up my frame and then let them, yeah, I'm gonna pop up the frame. I'm gonna pop up the frame. Let's do it. Let's do it here. And the nice thing is these strips will be perfect for this. And this would be cute as a shaker, you guys. Wouldn't that be adorable? Super adorable. You could, of course, create, you know, inlay your pictures and then use some brown, like brown shaker bits for the ground. That would be really cute. I would really take it to the next level. I think that would be super nice. Right, now here we go. I'm gonna cut these off. I don't know why that makes me laugh. Because only I would encounter this during a live. You know, the more quiet that you try to be, the more noise happens. It's so funny. It's kind of like that when you're trying to not giggle out loud at church or something. The more likely you are to snort. I'm a snorter when I laugh. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pop these down in there, inlay them first. If I don't pull off my tape, good grief, stay. I could still inlay it. That's not good. It tore it. Well, that makes me sad. Boo. Fixable. It's fixable, right? We used icing on the cake. That's what I get for not paying attention. There we go. It's fixed. And last strip that has to be pulled off. The only problem with this is when you get it kind of wobbly because it's not really very straight. So I'm gonna kind of go around it and smooth it out. So it's a little more straight down. And I'm not gonna worry about the inlay. I think I'm going to go for it this way. It might be a little bit easier to do it this way. Everybody has their methods, right? Okay, let's peel this off and put glue on it. so that we have a little wiggle room. Did I get, sometimes it's hard to see. The Altenew tape has that pattern on it, makes it easier to see. And the older I get, harder is to see this release tape. The release on the tape, that is. All right. Oh, missing. See? One more. Okay. I kind of knew tonight would be a long one, especially when you're coloring as many details. So much for trying to nobody ever does this stuff, right? Nobody. My word. All right, putting it down. Stepping away. Well, now y'all know it works, right? This is the stuff I use for shakers. It works. It's a really good one. There. Well, if I can get it to come out, we'll have some wiggle room. It's time to refill my bottle. There we go. Now we have some flow. Look how green my fingers are, you guys. That is hilarious. I didn't see it come off. That's John knocking on the door. Where's your key? He's got to have attention, you know. Anybody else got a toddler for a husband? He's a good guy, though. He's so helpful around here. I have to give him a hard time, though. So, all right, we're going down in the corner of this very carefully. Maybe. We're committing. We are committing to this. Whew. I got it. I got it. I don't think he realized I was still going live. All right, before I put these in here, I have to stamp. So I'm putting this away so that I remember I have to stamp. And then we're just about done. Okay, I'm gonna leave some stamping space over here for this little guy. He would be cute on some, he would be cute on some, a slight bit of dimension. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pop him up just a little. So if y'all are wondering where John is, he's here. No worries. 2 reasons I'm using a slight bit of dimension. It does create a shadow, which kind of gives it more interest. And the second thing is that when I'm stamping, it doesn't lean up against, like it doesn't create the resistance. So that's one of the reasons why. I'm gonna do that. So I'm not using anything too thick for dimension. This is a really, really thin dimension. I'm just gonna, this is gonna go right here. Sorry guys, I cannot forgot I was off screen. I need to leave some room here to glue that to his head. And let's do that. Let's just go ahead and glue that on. So popping that up over his head. That's really cute. I am gonna put this kind of over here towards the left of this scene because I'm gonna kind of make it look like he's, whoops, I got something on. Going down here and then coming up on the other side. So let's put some tape on this one too. He's gonna kind of come down here like so. That's so cute. That'll be the next scene. And then here's the little, I might do this instead. I'm gonna put him up on dimension and maybe perhaps glue the little worm down here at the bottom, just straight down, since he's on dimension. Cute. We have a little space there. All right, let's stamp. Get this thing done. I might add some sequins in there at the end. I'll make sure I post it in the description what I've used if I do end up adding some sequins in there. So let's decide what we're doing here. I definitely want to, I like Worm Hugs is gonna go on this one. And that should work just fine. Yep, it'll work. I like Worm Hugs. I really dig you is cute here. And then the other one, does the other one have, where did it go? I lost it. My little mini set. There it is. It had, you're my soil mate. That would have been cute, but no, we're not going to use those. Squint, nah. Let's see. Holy moly. Which one? Holy moly here or holy, I think holy moly here, maybe? On the left or on the right? Where he's popping up holy moly. Or, I love you a mole lot. That would be cute. If we can fit it. I love you. That would work there. A mole lot. I don't know if it's gonna work, you guys. It won't. I can cut it. Don't look. People that freak out, don't look. There. Now we can get in there. I love you a mole lot. And then, holy moly here. That's cute. All right. So cute. Oh, I had to take these off. Well, I could use my other wheel, couldn't I? I could. Save time. Let's line these up. these in this stamp wheel. It's easier when they're straight. If they're not on the, if they're on your wheel straight, it's just easier to, when it's in there crooked, sometimes it can be a little difficult to see. I'll try to set these in here straight. Oh, gravy. That makes me nervous. My hands are all green. Yeah, they have green on them. Well, lucky me, I didn't get it on anything so far. Aqua. I have aqua. I'm Aqua Woman. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Now I'm going to pull this towards me where it's easier for me to see. I really dig you. Holy moly. I touched it. Don't touch it. And I don't want them in the same spot. I kind of want some interest with it. Different. I want this one to be kind of over here where it's like he's saying it. The little, I like warm hugs. All right, I love you. Anybody else? Anybody have a tip on how to keep these from sticking to your fingers or just being easier to deal with? I guess if I put some anti-static powder on my hands, that might work. And I need to go up with it just a little. Here we go. Not that much. Here we go. I think I have it, you guys. There it is. Don't anybody breathe. Nobody breathe. Phew. No. I didn't press down hard enough on my paper. Okay. No. Okay. Surgery time. Okay, there's that one. It's down. So just pressing it down, bringing it here. I don't want to realign this at all. Just trying to get in here. I don't know, guys. That one might be a little bit difficult. This one, I'm going to come in here and just... Note to self, make sure that your paper is stuck. How many molds does it take to change a light bulb? Now I'm saying, holy moly, you guys. I don't know. I may have to realign it. I gotta press these down better. This is gonna drive me nuts. Somebody's gonna end up not aligned. Okay, so make sure they are pressed down really good. And they're not gonna come up and stick to your stamps. Okay, they're probably not aligned, and they are not. So these two, I think, are gonna be okay. But this one won't be hard. I like worm hugs. This one, the one that took the most time. You know, have you guys ever experienced, okay, tell us, how many molds does it take to change a light bulb, Eliza? Tell us, do tell us. When to hold the stamp wheel. And I just messed that up. Y'all, the struggle is real. There we go. I think I got it without really. Okay, it's going. Yes, how many molds does it take to change a light bulb? There we go. None. That's great. That is great. I love it. So Eliza asked the question, how many molds does it take to change a light bulb? And she said, none. They can't see. That's great. I love it. All right. Yay. Y'all. Okay. I think my ink is over here. Excuse the loud noise. All right. The last bit of something. Well, besides gluing them in. I think I was getting ready. I was getting ready to say, have you guys ever went through your whole project and the last thing that you did just totally ruined it, and you're just, oh, that's so cute. My holy moly is a little off, but you know what? At this point, who cares? One more stamp, and I think we're good. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't know how it happened, but it shifted. But it's not the worst thing. I can probably fix it with a pen. So I'll do that after the live. But if I'm gonna do that, then I have to not put them down inside. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to fix this, and I'm gonna post a picture, and we're done for tonight. I said that and I jinxed myself. I should have never ever said that. But it's not the worst, and it's fixable. It just needs a little pen to go around the words, and it's gonna be fine. Whew, you guys, my heavens. That was a lot of work to make that happen in the end. And I'm sure that has happened to you guys. It's an hour and 40 minutes of work, and then all of a sudden, boo. But I will fix it, and These little frames are going to go down inside of here. It's going to end up being really cute. So I am going to say good evening. I know when to stop. I'm going to say good evening and thank you for putting up with me for a long life. And oh my goodness, Eliza, thank you for your humor. That just really, really helped so much. I love it. I won't forget that one. That one's great. All right, guys, you have a great rest of your evening and a great rest of your week and weekend. And wherever you are, do some crafting and, make sure you don't shift your plate. The wheel doesn't go this way. It goes down this way. All right, guys, take care.